Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with NBA 2K13 and some association mode. So the 36-14 Chicago Bulls are going to be squaring off against the San Antonio Spurs, and this is not going to be a cakewalk for me. As far as attributes go in this game, the San Antonio Spurs are the top overall team, so I'm definitely going to be tested here. This is really going to be a chance for me to see how things are going to go for me in the postseason if I continue to play like I am right now. So we are number one in the East. So if things were to end right now, I'd be in a pretty good position. But we haven't even reached the All-Star game quite yet. Speaking of the All-Star game, Derrick Rose is going to be the starting point guard for the East. So that is a pretty big honor, not just for him, but of course for me too, to be able to get the kind of numbers and stats necessary to be selected, especially as point guard too. So we're going to get this game started off here. Just got to be very careful about what I do. I'm kind of testing the waters right now, just trying to see if I can get close to the basket. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Some great defense, so I give it off to Hamilton. He's going to miss that one. Parker on the rebound, going to be driving down the court. Parker, of course, the point guard for the Spurs. Gets it inside, and we're looking at a basket. So I'm going to definitely have to worry about not only defending inside, but also feeding the rock to some of my teammates in the paint here too, because I'm gonna have to focus on the perimeter game and a lot of jump shots like that one from Derrick Rose to have some success in this game. But eventually I'm gonna have to get inside. Oh my gosh, dang, with a great dunk after that alley-oop by Derrick Rose. Man, I hope that's a sign of things to come. All right, so another great play right here by Derrick Rose as he goes inside and he gets a dunk of his own. So he puts up that two-hander, 10-8. We are up right now. Feeding it off here to Noah, who's going to try and get inside, but really, really tough for me to be able to do. So get the ball around to most of my teammates. Dang puts up the jumper right there. We got the 4-point lead. Spurs back on the attack. Gosh, jumper right there. Doesn't go in. The second chance opportunity here is what gets him the basket. So after a couple bad shots on my part and a Derrick Rose who is already out for foul trouble, 14-14 now. Actually, we tied up right there. So I was kind of disappointed with Derrick Rose. I mean, one of the fouls was my bad. It was a reach-in foul as I was trying to steal. But dang, gets knocked down. That allows that basket to be able to go in, a wide-open shot. So Blair has had a great game. Already 8 points so far of their total of 19. Ginobili with that tray. Got to watch out for that here too. So going inside, I'm surprised I was able to drive to the hoop like that one. I know with the defense of the Spurs and how big they are, they're definitely going to be able to make it difficult for me to do that. So I'm going to take every opportunity I can. Pulling up that jumper. That is going to be behind the line, so it is a 3-point shot. So we go ahead and we close it to 4 points. Dang putting up a three-pointer of his own. Make that 1 point that separates us. But after a basket by the Spurs and a missed one by me, they could take a look at making this 5 points once again. Getting it inside to Blair. To Ginobili. Nobody really defending him right there. Gets the dunk. Not what I need. Noah loses it here too. And Parker, nobody in front of him. Just puts up the layup. I'm surprised I didn't see a dunk. But that made it 7 points. We get a three-pointer. And now we're back to 5 points. It separates the two teams. So I'm definitely struggling here in the first quarter. We've got less than 1 minute remaining. The three-pointer, that's a swish. And now 8 points. Gosh, so I'm getting beat here. Dang, though, making it a little bit closer with that three-point shot. That perimeter shooting, as I mentioned here, is going to be key. So I'm going to be going with a lot of three-pointers. Derrick Rose finally back in, puts up a three of his own. And that one will go in, making it 3 points that separate the two of us. So even though I'm driving, I might back up a little bit and try and put up a three. Robinson over to Butler. He's going to drive, puts up the fadeaway, and he gets a little friendly bounce, or I should say a ton of friendly bounces right there. Now we're back to 3 points after the bucket for the Spurs. Derrick Rose putting it up. And, oh, Gibson. Even though that three-pointer didn't go in, I'm going to take that dunk. I know it doesn't tie the game up, but it's still pretty cool. Tim Duncan Now, one of the things here that I'm going to be taking a look at doing here is wearing down some of the Spurs. So you guys probably already know that I do a lot of fast-paced offense. I mean, I keep the tempo up. I'm always trying to, go for some fast break opportunities. I'm going to really make sure I do that here in this game just to try and wear down San Antonio. Man, big dunk by Derrick Rose right here. That is how I go ahead and I get the lead back. So a pretty good dunk right there. It really does get the crowd excited. They are sitting at a crowd intensity level of 112. So a powerful dunk really gets everybody going. And I've got the crowd back on my side, which is nice because it was a little quiet at some points when I was down by 8. But now that we're trading the lead here, I really got the crowd on my side. And it really does even make me feel a little bit better here. Even though I know the crowd doesn't impact me as a player too much, it's still kind of cool. Can't believe we let that one go. That was a cool alley-oop right there. I don't know. I think Dang's was a better dunk, though, just all around. Just slam that one down. Speaking of slamming it down, Derrick Rose does it again. So it seems like as I come in from the sides and I go down the baseline here, I'm in pretty good shape. Not too many people are there to defend me. Nice bounce pass to Noah. Over to Rose. Misses that one. Boozer gives it back to Rose. And there we go. We get it on the second try. So 48-46. We are still down by 2 points. That one not going to go in, but Blair getting the second chance. And that one goes in. So I got to be careful with that one too. Can't allow too many rebounds nor too many second chance opportunities here because I know San Antonio is going to be able to go ahead and get points off of those second chances. So we got to be smart. We got to get big, and we got to play well. Dang with the jumper in the paint. And that one goes in. 51-50 now. Chicago on top. All right. So getting it inside. Blair not going to be able to make that one. So Boozer with the rebound. Gosh. So we're doing pretty good. There's another three-point shot. Really, Derrick Rose has been phenomenal with his shooting. I mean, of all the games where I've needed big shots, him and Dang are definitely going ahead and getting it done. So the guards are playing very, very well. I know I haven't been able to use Boozer too much or Hamilton or Noah, but when I've got guards like this who are shooting, I really don't need them. So this is going to be the end of the first half. We turn an 8-point deficit into an 8-point lead. So that second quarter has been huge for me all around, and I couldn't be happier with our performance. So as we go and head into the third quarter, I'm going to make sure that I keep things going with this increased tempo because here in the second half is really when I'm going to see the fruits of my labor, I guess. Playing fast, making everybody else sprint. This is they're going to start to get tired. That one ends up getting blocked. Rose just going quickly towards the basket. All right, they defended it well. Going to have to pass it to Boozer, who was wide open. Give it to Noah. Trying to drive up, but Boozer gets open again. And that's probably one of the best baskets we've had underneath the hoop all night. Jackson driving in. And I can't believe I got the charge. Because the way that Dang was there, I mean, it looked like he was still moving. He wasn't planted down on the ground. But, hey, I will take that. If he draws the charge, I'm a happy man. So, all right, Blair's got it again to Ginobili, who puts up that jumper, and that one goes in. So it definitely looks like the Spurs are fighting back. Even though we are continuing to increase our lead, playing smart ball, we're finally getting the ball inside. I think that's really what's getting it going. Seems like the Spurs have kind of changed their defense to try and defend against my perimeter passing. So that has opened up the inside for me. And now it's 10 points that separate the two teams. Derrick Rose just trying to make a pretty cool move. Getting it inside to Hamilton. Wow, what a great fadeaway shot. It's kind of cool to be able to see that. Dang, I probably could have waited a little bit. I'm going to give it back to Rose. See if I need to pass it around to Hamilton. I'm going to try and get back inside, but I run into two people. But Boozer is there, and he is open. And he gets a basket there, too. Probably could have gone with an alley-oop right there as well. I'm kind of like on an alley-oop thing right now, especially after one of my Shao Kahn Mathlete games, which I still need to go ahead and post that one from the live stream because that one was actually a really, really good game. Probably the best one I would say that I've had with him so far, and that's definitely saying something, how the last few games have gone. Duncan with another great move to be able to get that basket. So he's not quite tired yet. I think in the fourth quarter, though, we're going to start seeing some of these Spurs going ahead and just making some bad shots. Now, one of the things I'm worried about here is this 15-5 run that you saw down there at the bottom. My bench is really not that strong. So it seems like in the third quarter, when my starters are getting a little bit of a rest, any lead that I have, that gap gets closed a little bit. And we're starting to see it right now as we are back to a 6-point lead. Ginobili, though, is going to make it 3 points that separate us after that one. So cannot afford to have that. We're going to go ahead, put up the three-pointer. Hey, that goes in. We got a second left, so that's the second basket for him here within a second of the buzzer going off. So a great third quarter here. Probably could have been a little bit better for me here too, because that 8-point lead got down to 3 at one point. So there are 4 points right now. That pass into Derrick Rose. He's going to go ahead and drain that one too. That's a very dangerous one. You go ahead, you pass it to him, and I go ahead and I'm going to pop the shot every single time. So this jumper also going in for Derrick Rose, who has just been phenomenal this game. His shooting has been on all game long. And if you go ahead and you're going to be going with full court press against Derrick Rose, I'm going to be getting past you every single time, and I'm going to get an open shot. Wow, fourth opportunity. Blair is able to go ahead and bring it in. That is something that I have not seen most of the game, but that kind of goes to show just the kind of difficulties we've been having here with rebounding. Just hasn't been that pretty. Boozer's been doing pretty good, actually. I think he's got a double-double right now with rebounds and points. There's another jumper by Derrick Rose, kind of in the same place that we saw a little bit earlier. That seems to be my sweet spot. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like NBA Jam, where you like had the circle and you had to shoot from there. But dang! That was a long three. See, was I saying his name, or was I just saying dang? But you know what I'm talking about? Like NBA Jam, where they had those spots where it was like 6 points if you made it from there. Another great basket by Derrick Rose, by the way, on the move. But I don't know. I know some of you guys haven't played the NBA Jam that I played when I was growing up, but still, just brings back memories. Anyway, so Derrick Rose trying to get inside. We're going to get it to Noah. Move the ball around a little bit here, just trying to get inside. But there's Derrick Rose wide open. You cannot leave that much room between a defender and Derrick Rose, because if I get open by that much, I'm going to be taking the shot, and chances are I'm going to be able to drain it like I did right there. So Rose again putting up the three after the pass, so Rose gets the assist right there. He's only had a handful this game, not as much as I typically have with him, but I think that's just because he's been shooting so well. I don't feel like that I need to be dishing it off to anybody else. Ginobili making a good move, a little spin, and he gets that one up 113-97, so we've really expanded this lead after some good shooting by Derrick Rose. Going to go ahead, put up the jumper, and we're still going strong. All right, so as this game is wrapping up real quick, I just wanted to ask you guys a question here, because I've thought about making some shirts and stuff like that for the channel, but I don't know how much interest there would be in something like that. If you guys would even buy shirts if I made it or anything like that, but just kind of wanted to get your guys' take on that real quick. So if you guys don't mind commenting below or sending me something on Twitter, just kind of let me know how you feel. I would appreciate that. But that is going to be the last shot of the game. We're going to end up coming away with the win. A great showing here by the Bulls. It does give me confidence if I do make it to the postseason. Of course, I got to say if, because, you know, almost anything can happen in any sport, really. And, gosh, I don't know if I would even make it that far going up against some of the tougher teams. But if I do this well, you know, against the other teams as I did here against the San Antonio Spurs, I'm in pretty good shape. So I appreciate you guys watching this. I definitely do. More of this to come later on. So make sure you subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great stuff. Just make sure you check the description below. You'll find all that. But thanks again for watching, you guys. And as always, I hope you have a good one.